This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Eala keeps climbing. She is now world number 73. Meralco's Bong Quinto claims PBA Player of the Week honors. In Major League Baseball, the Mets shut out the Marlins 2-0 to extend win streak to 5. In the NBA, the Kings rally past the Pistons to boost play-in hopes. While the Heat turn up in the fourth to hand the Sixers their 12th straight defeat. And let's get to know NCAA volleyball standout Gia Maquilang. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 8th of April. Now here's our roundup. The Philippines' tennis sensation Eala just keeps rising, jumping to world number 73 in the latest Women's Tennis Association rankings. The 19-year-old star climbed 2 spots, riding high after her stellar run at the Miami Open. Despite entering as a wild card, Eala made headlines by stunning 3 Grand Slam champions on her way to a historic semifinal finish. Her Cinderella run came to an end in a tough 3-setter against world number 3 Jessica Pegula, but not without pushing the American to her limits. Now,
after your quarterfinals with Iga Swiatek, like us Filipinos, all of your fans all around the world, we noticed your cluster of emotions when you finally did your match-winning point. We couldn't actually decipher what emotions were going through your head. Like, you were in shock and disbelief. But most of all, I think the emotion that really overtook everything was really your humility. Can you take us through that moment, Alex? What was running through your head?
It was funny because I was talking to my parents the other day, and I keep seeing the videos and the reels of my reaction when I won against Iga, and I tried to look back at that moment specifically, and I can't remember anything. Maybe until I walked to the net, and I can't remember looking up from the ball. I can't really, it's all very blurry. And I think that is a reflection of how just overwhelming and how shocking that moment was for me. There was a lot of emotions, definitely, but I worked so hard and prepared so hard to block them out during the match that I think it took a while for them to come back after I found out that I won. But now I think the emotions are just scattered everywhere, and it definitely hasn't left yet.
now fresh off her breakthrough, the Rafa Nadal Academy graduate is set for a busy stretch. First up, the WTA 125 Oeiras Ladies Open in Portugal on April 14. Then it's off to Spain for the WTA 1000 Madrid Open on April 21. Come May, Eala heads to Italy for the WTA 1000 in Rome, and on May 6, followed by the WTA 125 in Parma on May 12.
Now that you're finally in top 100, I know, Alex, you are set now to finally directly compete in a number of WTA tournaments, including, of course, Grand Slams. We have Roland Garros on the line. We have Wimbledon also happening in a couple of months. So what tournament are you specifically excited about to compete in, and why?
Of course, I'm excited for the Grand Slams ahead, Roland Garros. I know that I will be in the main draw, so I'm very excited about that. My first time to be in the main draw, so it's a new experience and everything to gain.
The Filipino prodigy is showing no signs of slowing down, and her rise is just getting started. Bong Quinto led Meralco to a comeback win, then set the pace for a blowout victory as the Bolts kickstart their PBA Philippine Cup title defense with a strong beginning. Named the first PBA Press Score Pilipinas Live Player of the Week. For the season-ending conference, Quinto averaged 13.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4 assists from April 4 to 6, earning unanimous praise from PBA beat reporters. Meralco opened the All-Filipino tourney with a 91-89 comeback win over Converge after trailing by 20 in the first quarter. Quinto's corner three-pointer sparked a big finish, setting up 5 straight points from Chris Newsome, including the game-winning jumper. Against Terra Firma, Quinto set the tone early with a 4-pointer and a triple, and Meralco never looked back in a dominant 118-80 victory. The biggest margin of victory in franchise history. Quinto, who carried a reputation for driving to the basket and post-scoring, continues to improve his outside shot, something he's been focusing on since entering the PBA. The 30-year-old forward earned his second Player of the Week honor this season, joining Northport's Joshua Munzon and TNT's Calvin Oftana after winning the same award in December. Alex Ovechkin just made history in the National Hockey League, firing a classic power play laser from his signature spot to score goal number 895, officially surpassing. The feat adds to his legacy as one of the most durable, relentless scorers in the game. The Mets continue their dominant pitching stretch with a 2-0 shutout over the Marlins on a chilly night at Citi Field, improving their win streak to 5 games. Despite a cold bat with a 1-for-10 performance with runners in scoring position, the Mets' pitching staff held firm, extending their MLB best era to 1.72. Kodai Senga, Danny Young, Jose Buto, and Ryan Stanek combined for a 7-hitter, shutting down the Marlins' offense. Senga tossed 5 innings, allowing 5 hits and 2 walks while striking out 4. The bullpen followed suit with Young, Buto, and Stanek each contributing scoreless frames. In the 3rd inning, Francisco Lindor reached base with a perfect bunt and later scored on a double by Juan Soto. Lindor also reached a milestone, logging his 1,500th career hit in the 5th. The Mets added an insurance run in the 8th when Tyrone Taylor drove in pitch runner Jose Siri. With Stanek securing his first save as a Met, Lindor summed it up. We're winning the games, but we're playing good baseball, and that's what I care about. In the NBA, Zach LaVine scored 43 points, including 17 in the final quarter, and DeMar DeRozan added 37 as the Sacramento Kings beat the Detroit Pistons 127-117, moving closer to a first-round home game in the play-in tournament. Domantas Sabonis contributed 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists, extending the Kings' win streak to 3 games as they claimed a 1-game lead over Dallas for 9th in the West. Cade Cunningham led Detroit with 35 points, but the Pistons lost their 4th game in 5. Detroit opened the second quarter with a 29-10 run to take a 66-48 lead, but Sacramento responded to cut it to 72-62 by the half. LaVine's three-pointer late in the 3rd put the Kings ahead, and they held on to win, with the Pistons' closest challenge coming at 106-105. Meanwhile, the Miami Heat rallied in the 4th quarter to defeat the Philadelphia 76ers 117-105, handing Philly its 12th straight loss and keeping Miami's play-in hopes alive. Stepping up in the place of the injured Bam Adebayo, rookie Kel'el Ware delivered 19 points and a career-best 17 rebounds to lead the Heat, who moved within half a game of the Bulls for 9th in the East. Tyler Hero returned from injury to add 20 points, while Duncan Robinson poured in 21 off the bench to lead a reserve unit that outscored Philly's bench 46-17. The 76ers erased a 14-point deficit to take the lead in the 3rd behind hot shooting from Lonnie Walker IV and Quentin Grimes, who both finished with 29 points. Aiden Bona contributed 16 points and 11 rebounds. But Jaime Jaquez Jr. kicked off a 19-5 fourth quarter run with a timely 3, sealing the game for Miami. Davion Mitchell added 12 points and 9 assists, while Kyle Anderson stuffed the stat sheet with 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Miami closes strong, while Philadelphia continues to slide. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. Did you know that the riposte is one of the most important moves in fencing? A riposte is a counterattack that fencers make immediately after successfully parrying an opponent's attack. It's a quick reaction that shows a fencer's skill and timing. After blocking the opponent's blow, the fencer strikes back with a fast and precise attack. This move requires both defensive and offensive mastery. It can turn the tide of a bout. Remember, in fencing, timing is everything, and a successful riposte can be the key to victory. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. Fernando Alonso's F1 season took a surprising turn as he moved up 3 places in the Drivers' Championship standings. Even without earning a single point at the Japanese Grand Prix, the 2-time world champion had a troubled start to the season with 2 non-finishes in Australia and China. But he's now climbed to 17th position, overtaking drivers like Liam Lawson, Jack Doohan, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Despite a crash in FP1 and a difficult qualifying performance in Japan, Alonso showed his resilience by finishing 11th, just outside the points, behind Haas Ollie Bierman. Although he's still looking for his first championship points, Alonso's performance is gaining attention as he continues to outperform some of his rivals, setting the stage for his upcoming races. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 8th of April. Up next, meet NCAA volleyball standout Gia Maquilang. So watch out for that when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. This simple girl from the island of Bohol is making waves in the volleyball court, proving that her talent truly belongs in the big leagues. Meet NCAA standout Gia Maquilang. Para sa ating episode ngayon sa The Scorecard, kasama natin ang isa sa mga pinakamagaling at rising stars ng NCAA Women's Volleyball, a 2-time NCAA Beach Volleyball Champion, Rookie MVP noong season 99 at 2-time MVP, Gia Marcel Maquilang. Gia, maraming salamat sa oras and maraming salamat din sa pag-welcome sa akin dito sa Letran.
Thank you po.
Kamusta naman? Ikaw ay isang 2-time champion na. Kasama ka sa 3-peat ng Letran sa beach volleyball at 2-time MVP. Kamusta naman ang pakiramdam?
Well, masaya naman po, pero yun nga, pressure nga po siya kasi marami pong expectations.
Okay. Balik tayo sa simula, Gia. Kwentuhan mo kami dito. Paano ba nagsimula yung volleyball career mo?
Well, laro-laro lang po nung una, tapos parang support-support ng mama ko. Pero nung pag-uwi ng papa ko, parang pinush niya kami dito Manila. Kasi gusto lang namin maglaro sa amin lang, sa Bohol. Tapos pinush niya kami na mag-try out dito sa Manila. Unfortunately, nakuha naman po sa Letran.
Yung kapatid mo, si Georgie, naglalaro rin ng volleyball. Reserve siya sa beach, di ba? So, ikaw ba yung panganay sa pamilya? Ilan kayo magkapatid?
5 po.
Okay. Pangilan ka?
Pang-4.
Okay. Yung mga kapatid mo ba into sports din, yung iba?
Hindi masyado. Parang pinupush lang ng mama ko na mag-try.
I see. Okay. Now, pagpunta mo dito sa Manila, sa Letran ka ba unang napunta or may ibang school ka naglaro?
Una kong pinuntahan is UST.
Wow. Okay.
Kaso unfortunately, hindi na po tryout yung napuntahan ko. Training na po talaga, as in regular training. Tapos parang sinabihan na wala na pong slots.
Ikwento mo naman kung paano ka recruit at napunta ka dito sa Colegio de San Juan de Letran.
Ay, kinontak po ni Coach Kung Fu si Coach Mike.
Okay.
Doon na po nag-start na parang mag-tryout. Tapos kinabukasan na nag-tryout po kami sa Letran. Tapos after 2 weeks, nag-contact po yung papa ko tsaka si Coach Mike. Tapos sinabihan na okay, kuha sila.
Kamusta naman yung feeling na nung napunta ka sa Letran, naisip mo ba? Kasi ang layo ng pinanggalingan mo, Bohol, tapos nandito ka sa Intramuros. Naging komportable ka ba agad? Or may konting homesick? Or kamusta ba?
Well, actually, na-homesick po talaga kami. Tapos parang hinatid kami ng papa ko dito. Tapos kinabukasan parang gusto ko nang umuwi, ganun. Kasi parang iba kasi yung feeling dito sa Manila kaysa sa probinsya lang.
Okay, so paano ka nag-adjust?
Noong una kami lang po talaga ni Georgie, yung kapatid ko. Tapos after nun, Tagalog kasi lahat ng mga nakakausap namin. Tapos parang after 1 month, nalaman namin na may Bisaya pala.
Okay.
Doon pa namin nalaman. So parang nag-open kami, ay okay, Bisaya pala siya. Kinakausap namin. Fortunately, may mga kasamahan naman po kami na tumutulong din na, oy, dito ka kasi bago pa kami. Tapos yung sistema, iba dito.
Okay, last year, maganda yung pinakita ng Letran. Pumasok si Coach Oliver Almadro na kilalang champion coach, na pa-champion niya yung Ateneo Blue Eagles, pati yung Lady Eagles sa UAAP. Tapos, umabot ang Letran sa finals. After the longest time, yung huling championship ng Letran, season 74. Season 99, nakabalik kayo sa finals after so long. Kamusta naman yung experience nyo na ikaw, rookie ka, tapos umabot kayo all the way to the finals against defending champion na Binild?
Masaya kami. Yung time na po kasi noon, parang gusto lang namin maglaro. So parang since bago pa po ako sa sistema, bago sa Manila, so parang gusto ko lang maglaro kasi dating pangarap ko lang po kasi sa probinsya namin maglaro. Tapos after nung pagdating dito, tapos after nung season na nalaman namin na magpa-finals kami, doon pa nag-sink in na, ala, NCAA magpa-finals pala kami. Yung parang, doon ko pala na-sink in na, akala ko maglalaro lang ako, pero thank God na umabot kami dito.
Para sa'yo, ano yung pinakamalaking challenge nung rookie year mo sa indoor volleyball?
Siguro nung after kaming nag-champion. Kasi pagpasok ko sa Letran, mga 1 week, first week talaga, nagkita kami ni Coach Mike. Sabi niya, uy, beach volley ka ha? Sabi ko, beach volley ako? Sige. Go lang ako, go with the flow lang ako. After nun, as in lahat ng mga inisip ko ng beach volleyball, parang sabi ko, sige maglalaro lang ako since wala namang expectation yung mga tao kasi first year ko pa lang. After nun nag-champion kami. So parang pagbalik ko sa indoor, sabi nila, congrats, champion ka, beach volleyball, ganun, tapos MVP. So parang hindi ko in-expect yung nangyari namin sa beach volleyball. Tapos yung pagbalik namin sa indoor, doon na sabi na, oy, di ka na beach volleyball, indoor ka na ngayon, so dapat mag-perform ka din. Kung ano yung ina-expect nila sa beach volleyball na mag-MVP, dapat may contribution din ako sa loob sa indoor. Yun.
In-expect mo ba na magiging number 4 ka sa scoring sa indoor? Kasi nung rookie year mo, number 4 ka eh.
Hindi po.
So, ngayon, ano reaction mo looking back na, wow, umabot pala ako sa top 4 sa scoring nung rookie season ko?
Parang, top 4 ako. As in, marami kasing malakas kasi yung parang paglaro namin na, ala, ang galing ni ate, ang galing niya sa kabilang team, grabe yung confidence niya, aggressiveness niya sa paglalaro, tapos yung palo niya, parang, paano ko to tatapatan? Iba yung, kasi first year ko pa nga lang, so parang nag-adjust pa ako sa sistema dito sa Manila na may buhat, yung as in lahat-lahat, dapat mag-adjust ka, marunong ka sa time management mo, so parang nakaschedule lahat. Tapos, yung iniisip ko na, sige, papalo na lang ako. Basta makatulong ako sa team, yun lang yung iniisip ko yung time na yun.
Gia, marami nagsasabi na ikaw ang Sisi Rondina ng NCAA. Ano reaction mo doon na, syempre, hindi biro na kino-compare ka sa isang Sisi Rondina na multiple-time champion rin sa beach volleyball. Ngayon naman, ikaw yung multiple-time champion, rookie MVP, and 2-time champion ng NCAA beach volleyball dito sa NCAA.
Well, mga friends ko sa Bohol, nagchat-chat sila after nung nag-champion kasi kami ng beach volley. Uy, Sisi Rondina ka pala ng NCAA. Hello, di naman, naglalaro lang ako, yung parang ganun. Kasi wala kasi ako expectation sa sarili ko na dapat ganito talaga ako. So parang gusto ko lang na ipakita yung kung sino ako. Ganun.
Ano yung binigay sa inyo na goal ni Coach Oliver Almadro for this year?
Siguro yung goal is yung sa individual lang po. Gusto niya kaming lumakas individually. So parang nag-ensayo kami na may purpose po talaga. Kasi yun nga, gusto niyang maging instrument siya sa buhay namin.
Okay.
So, ganun yung parang ginagawa ni Coach O sa amin ngayon.
Ano bang course na tinitake mo dito sa Letran? At kung hindi ka naglalaro ng volleyball, ano sa tingin mo yung gagawin mo?
Hoping po talaga, maging CPA lawyer.
Gia, 43 match win streak, tinapos nyo against Benilde. Pag-usapan natin yung winning moment kasi ikaw yung pumalo eh. So, dun muna sa simula, sinet ni Nat yung bola, pinalo mo, ano yung dumaan sa isip mo nung tumalon ka for the potential game-winning spike? And then after that, after mo ma-block, yung captain mo naman, si Lara Silva, sinetapan ka at tinapos mo na yung match. Ano yung dumaan sa isip mo nung nanalo kayo at tinapos nyo yung winning streak ng Benilde na hindi pa natatalo since season 95?
Iniisip ko lang nun parang, ako yung binigyan. Siguro may tiwala si Tinat sa akin na papatayin ko. Kaya pinalo ko nung una. Na-block siya. Good thing na lang na-cover siya sa likod. So parang after nun, si Tilara, sinet niya ulit. So parang grabe tiwala ng mga teammates ko. So parang dapat yung expectation nila, kahit isang puntos lang, gagawin ko talaga. Yun lang yung iniisip ko. Sige, lalakasan ko to.
Doon nga ako pupunta sa next eh. Kasi hindi kayo give up. Si Lara, sinet niya ulit sa'yo. Kaka-champion yun lang sa beach. So, paano na nabubuo yung chemistry ninyong dalawa? Na yung tiwala, I think, yun yung isa sa mga importanteng factor para maging successful ang isang team.
Ay, si Tilara po kasi, grabe yung leadership niya. As in, natutuwa ko. Example, yung nagtutraining kami ng beach volleyball, doon po talaga nabuo yung chemistry namin ni Ate Lara. Grabe tiwala niya sa akin, kahit pinagalitan ako ni Coach Mike, kasi natural lang po yun na magkamali. Tapos sinasabi ni Ate Lara na, okay lang yan, Day. Okay lang yan. Gusto niyang ako mismo mag-absorb sa mga pagkakamali ko. So parang gusto niyang ako mismo yung matuto sa pagkakamali ko. Tapos hinahayaan lang ako ni Ate Lara. Tapos grabe si Ate Lara yung spirit niya, as in, gabi siya ka-fighter. Tapos masaya naman kasi, as in, pala-joke kasi si Ate Lara, as in, nag-aasar siya, tapos parang hindi siya tumitigil hanggat parang, kung kaming dalawa lang, tapos nagbo-ball handling, yung parang spirit niya, ayaw niyang magpatalo. So parang ikaw din na inaasar ka, sige, di ako magpapatalo sa kanya. Ganun siya.
Okay, last question, Gia. Ano yung sa batang career mo, dito sa volleyball, sophomore ka pa lang, ano yung pinaka-importanting lesson na natutunan mo dito sa Manila bilang isang NCAA student athlete?
Hindi ka dapat magmadali. As in, trust the process talaga. Kung may malakas man sa'yo, tanggapin mo. Parang, ay, ang galing niya. Dapat kung magaling siya, sige, i-admire mo siya. Kasi darating yung time na yung admiration mo, may ibang tao din naman mag-a-admire sa'yo.
Wow. 21 years old, pero ang dami nang naibibigay ng mga lessons and of course, ibang klaseng mindset. At yan po ay galing sa isang two-time beach volleyball champion and possible CPA in the future and maybe NCAA Season 100 champion in indoor volleyball, Gia Maquilang. Gia, maraming salamat sa oras at sa lahat ng mga kwento mo and good luck this season.
Thank you po.
Up next, we'll look into the situation in the NBA right now and what's happening with the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant. So you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Let's talk about something weird. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. We're not breaking up. Maybe we are. That's the kind of situation one of the teams in the NBA is in right now. The Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant. Now, if you read between the lines of what Brian Windhorse just dropped, and come on, it's windy, we always read between the lines, it sounds like the Suns are saying, no, we don't want to trade KD unless, of course, someone makes us an offer that we cannot refuse. That's windy right there. Translation, Phoenix is like that guy in a relationship who keeps texting his exes, hope you're well, but still tells his current girlfriend that everything is fine. Wow! So let's rewind that for a second. This whole thing started unraveling before the trade deadline. We heard whispers. Golden State might want a KD reunion. The Knicks were sniffing around. Miami was lurking like they always do. And even the Rockets were mentioned because apparently Houston is trying to build a 2017 All-Star reunion tour. Durant shut it down then. Made it clear that he wanted to stay. But now, this summer is going to be a very different story. Durant's having another brilliant season though. 26.6 points, 6 boards, shooting splits that would make Larry Bird nod in approval, 52.7 from the field, 43 from 3, and a quiet 83.9 from the line. Now on paper, the man is still elite, like, no doubt about it. Still a top 10 guy elite. But here's the issue. The Suns, they're stuck. Like knee-deep in second apron cement. And unless they trade someone big, they are not getting out of it. That someone? KD? Bradley Beal? Well, you're not getting much for him. Not with that contract. Devin Booker, he's the guy that Phoenix is building around. Full stop. So, you look around the room, and the only dude with real trade value, the one who can bring back the kind of draft capital and flexibility they need, is the same dude that they sold the farm to get in the first place. Kevin freaking Durant. What's wild is that we've been here before with KD. He's the NBA's most talented nomad. Oklahoma City, Golden State, Brooklyn, and now Phoenix. And each time it ends with some weird cocktail of underachievement, front office dysfunction, and a, hey, maybe it's time for a fresh start vibe. It's like KD has the NBA version of commitment issues, ooh, but with better footwork. Now, Windy says the Suns don't want to trade him, but let's be honest, that's PR talk. You always say you don't want to trade a star until you do. And if you're Phoenix, how long can you keep fooling yourself into thinking this KD, Booker, Beal core is actually going anywhere? They're 35 and 43, 11th in the West, behind the Mavericks, behind the Kings, and looking up at the freaking Timberwolves. That's your ceiling. Here's where it gets tricky. Durant has one more year on his contract, $54.7 million next season, and then he's a free agent. So if you're James Jones in that front office, you have to ask, do we ride it out one more year? Or do we cash out now and avoid that awkward breakup later? And look, say what you want to say about KD, but he's self-aware. He sees the rise of Chet, of Wemby, of Ant. He is 36. He knows the clock is ticking. He wants one more real shot at a ring, not a maybe we can sneak into the play-in shot. He wants a real shot. So yeah, don't listen too hard when the Suns say we are not trading Kevin Durant, because the truth is, they already thought about it. They already took the calls. They already listened. And come July, if the right team comes knocking with young assets, cap relief, and picks, they'll do more than listen. They'll answer. Stay ahead of the game with the full lineup of NBA matchups. And that wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From a two-time football Olympic gold medalist and 2015 World Cup champion, Abby Wambach once said, "You must not only have competitiveness, but ability, regardless of the circumstance you face, to never quit." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.